This is a case of vitiligo, and you can see the repigmentation or pigmentation start appearing in the vitiligo lesion after the one session of cryo and PUA therapy. You can see the pigmentation spots in the center of the patch and at the same time in the border of the patch. Now we are doing the second session of the cryotherapy. Patient is doing every 15 days cryotherapy along with the PUA therapy, and each SOS may require the excimer laser. So patch start repigmenting after the therapy. So this is a therapy called cryotherapy, which is done on the vitiligo patch for the repigmentation of the vitiligo patch. This is a case of premature graying of hair. You can see the multiple in a large quantity white hairs on the scalp of this patient. This patient is just 13-year-old, and she is having very strong family history of premature graying of hair. Now we are doing the trichoscan, hair scan on this patient for premature graying to see whether the hairs are white from the root, or at the root it is black and on the top it is white. By this we come to know whether the white hairs will become black or not. So this patient requires a PUA therapy of nearly 5 to 6 months every week for turning white hairs into black, and at the same time patient has to take the proper precaution for the. This is a case of vitiligo, and we are doing cryotherapy and PUA therapy on this patient. This cryotherapy and PUA therapy will help for the repigmentation at the white patch. This liquid nitrogen cryotherapy irritates the white lesion and it gives stimulation to the melanin pigment. You can see the cryotherapy is going on the white lesion. This liquid nitrogen is sprayed on the white patches, and this liquid nitrogen irritates the white patches and it gives stimulation to the melanin pigment, and the repigmentation start appearing on the site of the white patches. So this is the cryotherapy done on the white patches vitiligo. This is a case of segmental vitiligo. You can see the vitiligo lesion in the one side, right side of the symmetrical of the body and the abdomen side. This is called segmental vitiligo, and we are doing cryotherapy and PUA therapy on this patient. With the help of cryo and PUA therapy, you can see the borders are regressing. The vitiligo border start regressing and the new pigmented spots are appearing in the lesion. Now we'll do the cryotherapy. This is the liquid nitrogen cryotherapy. With this liquid nitrogen cryotherapy, we just irritate the white patch, and this irritation of the white patch gives stimulation to the melanin pigment, and that helps in the repigmentation. So this is a case of pigmental vitiligo. Cryotherapy and PUA therapy is done on this, and with this cryo and PUA therapy, you can see the pigmentation appearing in the lesions, and at the same time borders are pigmenting. Thank you. This is a procedure called a microdermabrasion or skin polishing. You can see the patient is having PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. At the same time, he is having seborrhea on the face. And with the help of this microdermabrasion, we are just removing the dead layer of the skin. This is the procedure called skin polishing or microdermabrasion. This is the diamond burr microdermabrasion machine, and there are another machine which is having the crystal microdermabrasion. So two forms of microdermabrasion is done. The microdermabrasion is done crystal form and diamond burr. With this, we can exfoliate or we can rejuvenate the dead layer of the skin. This is a case of palmoplantar psoriasis. You can see the psoriatic lesion on the both plantar area of the patient. Such type of patient needs a basic precaution after treatment so that they can prevent the palmoplantar psoriasis. In precaution point of view, patient has to wear the footwear when he is outside or when he is at the home. Patient had to avoid all the chemicals. The chemical contact should be avoided so that it won't precipitate the plantar psoriasis. And at the same time, precipitating factors like itching, patient has to avoid. With proper clobetasol and salicylic acid preparation creams, and with the medicines like omega-3 fatty acids, patient can completely cure of this palmoplantar psoriasis. So this is a case of palmoplantar psoriasis, and we will treat it and will then prevent the disease. Thank you. This is a case of segmental nevus. You can see the giant nevus lesion on the left thigh of the patient. Patient is having this nevus since birth, gradually increased to the present size. This is unilateral on the left side. What's that? Extended to the lower abdomen and lower back. This segmental nevus can be completely treated with the help of a laser therapy. YAG laser treatment is required. Approximately 14 to 15 sessions are required for the complete removal of the giant unilateral segmental nevus. This is a 11-month-old child with tinea infection. You can see the giant tinea lesion on the leg and on the thighs. So patient of just 8-month-old is also suffering from the tinea. This is the ideal case for tinea in a pediatric age group. This is a case of alopecia areata. Now it is converting into alopecia totalis and slowly growing into alopecia universalis. You can see the loss of hairs at the eyebrows also, and there is scalpy, patchy hair loss in the scalp. Now we are going to do the cryotherapy for this case of alopecia areata. This is the liquid nitrogen gun loaded with the liquid nitrogen, and we are just doing the cryotherapy on the alopecia areata patches. This is a cryotherapy treatment is going on for the alopecia areata. This patient is having patchy hair loss in the scalp and in the eyebrows. So this is a case of alopecia areata, multiple alopecia areata, and this is the cryotherapy done on the patient. This is a procedure called trichoscan. You can see we are doing the trichoscanning of a patient who is having seborrheic dermatitis. By trichoscan, we see the hair roots, number of hair follicles, also the sebum and oral scalp analysis. So this is a simple procedure called trichoscan, which gives you idea about the scalp analysis, whether the patient is having fungal disease or seborrheic disease or psoriasis disease. At the same time, regarding the hair shaft, hair follicle condition. This is the analysis of the whole scalp, and this patient is having seborrheic dermatitis in the scalp. Hello friends, this is an instant skin brightening mask. You can see here. This is a case of alopecia areata. You can see the patchy lesion in the scalp area. Patient is having no hairs in this patchy lesion. There are two types of alopecia areata. One is scarring alopecia areata, another is non-scarring. This is a non-scarring alopecia areata. In case of non-scarring alopecia areata, just by topical treatment and oral treatment we can get the complete hairs. But in case of scarring alopecia areata, there is no treatment. We can't treat it that case in medically. In that case, hair transplantation is the only solution. But in this case of non-scarring alopecia areata, by just topical medicine and oral pulse therapy of steroid, we can get the hairs. So this is the ideal case of alopecia areata. This is a case of steroid-induced acne vulgaris. Patient is giving history of using Pandem since last 6 months, and this is steroid induced, pandem induced acne vulgaris. And now we are going to do the cryo slush therapy on this patient for the reduction of acne vulgaris. You can see all these are the acne lesions and which are induced because of frequently application and chronic application of steroids. This is the liquid nitrogen cryo slush therapy. With the help of liquid nitrogen, we will reduce the acne, and at the same time there is the prevention of acne. With this therapy, we also give the blue BioLite therapy for the reduction of acne. And this is the blue LED light therapy. This is a case of acne keloidosis. You can see the acne lesions in the face and the scalp area. You can see all the acneiform lesions with pyodermas and scalp folliculitis in the scalp. We are going to do the cryotherapy in this patient. One session of cryotherapy is done. Lots of lesions are regressed, and now we are doing the second session. And this is the liquid nitrogen cryotherapy on this acneloid lesions. With these sessions, in 4 to 5 sessions with topical antibiotics and oral antibiotics, we can completely remove all this scalp folliculitis lesions. So this is the cryotherapy done on the scalp folliculitis. Hello friends, this is a skin brightening mask. You can see this skin brightening mask with this another mask. We just combine this mask for removing the pigmentation on the face. Now I am going to prepare this mask. This is a skin brightening mask. You have to take a half teaspoon skin brightening. Then you have to add another kojic acid mask. This is the kojic acid powder. We are just adding kojic acid and skin brightening mask in this. Now we will prepare the mask. See, now we have to put a water in it. Once this mask is prepared, we have to apply this mask on the whole face for the instant skin glow. You can see the mask is preparing. We are preparing the mask. Once this mask is prepared, we have to uniformly apply on the patient face. This is the case of vitiligo, and we are doing the cryotherapy on the vitiligo white patch patient. With this help of cryotherapy, we irritate the vitiligo lesion, and this vitiligo lesion starts stimulating the melanin pigment. So this is the case where we are doing cryotherapy on the vitiligo lesion. This is the liquid nitrogen gun, and liquid nitrogen is thrown on the vitiligo lesion in such a way that it just irritate the skin and stimulate the melanin pigment. So this is a one of the useful office procedure for the vitiligo patient, and it starts repigmenting in 2 to 3 sessions. Patient is having vitiligo lesions in both legs and both hands, and we are doing the cryotherapy. Along with this cryotherapy, we also do the PUA therapy, excimer lasers for this patient. This is a case of psoriasis. You can see the psoriatic lesions in the both sole of this patient, and this patient is having family history of his brother is also having the same lesions, and his distant relative is having the same lesions. So this is the case of psoriasis, and it is having a strong family history of heredity of psoriasis.